So you had an awakening. You caught a glimpse of who you know you could be and that authentic life that you're here to live. It moved you, so you made changes in your life. You did the inner work, the healing, the growth. And in the beginning, those changes created real shifts. But now, no matter how much effort you give, progress feels harder, slower, and sometimes it feels like it stopped altogether. I want to reassure you that this is a natural phase of the journey. In this video, I want to help you understand what's actually happening. Because once you see what's really going on in this phase, the resistance starts to make sense. And from that clarity, you can begin to lead yourself out of stagnation and back into flow. So what is the source of this resistance that keeps stopping you, even when you know what you want, and even when you understand yourself more than ever? To understand that, we need to go back to the beginning and look at where this inner duality actually comes from. At the very beginning of your life, you were born radiant, open, curious, and hungry to experience life and its possibilities. You trusted life. You expressed yourself freely. You moved towards what felt true. In that state, you were an expression of joy, love, inspiration, and power. Radiance was your natural state. As life unfolded, things happened. There were moments when your needs weren't met, when you didn't feel safe, when you felt rejected, misunderstood, or overlooked. At times, you may even felt shamed, abandoned, or betrayed, and your system adapted. You learned how to protect yourself, how to stay safe, how to be accepted, how to belong. You began to build these protective layers, masks, and roles that help you meet your needs over time. Those layers became identities and coping mechanisms designed to support you. But they also covered your true radiance, your authentic source of power, your love, your joy, your aliveness, and inspiration. And this created conflict between who you truly were and who you were conditioned to be. The further you lived from your authentic truth, the more inner conflict and pain built up within you, until it reached this point where something had to give. That breaking point might have come from burnout, from trying so hard to create success that didn't actually satisfy your soul. Or it might have been a moment that forced you to face this deeper emptiness that you had been carrying for a long time. Whatever form it took, that moment of suffering cracked the shell. And when that happened, you caught a glimpse of what's been underneath all along, your deeper truth, your radiance, your inspiration, your sense of purpose that you learned to bury so you can cope with life. And once you experience that, it changes you. You can't unsee it. You can't unknow it. So you begin a new journey to explore this truth more consciously. You seek growth, healing, and a deeper awakening. Even though you can now understand and experience this radiance, your body still creates resistance because your nervous system evolved to prioritize survival above everything else. When we look back at the history of humanity, survival meant safety, familiarity, and belonging. And our biology evolved to support that through the nervous system. But through evolution, our consciousness also developed higher level needs like meaning, purpose, and the desire to live in alignment with our truth. So when you awaken to your truth, freedom, and aliveness, your consciousness expands, but your nervous system still is doing that same job it learned long ago. It's trying to keep you safe. There's a reason why these protective layers formed in the first place. They worked. They help you to survive. But now your awareness is expanded while your nervous system still feels unsafe. This isn't an active choice, but an automatic response. Safety and survival always takes precedence, even when your deeper truth is calling you forward. This is also why awakening often begins in the mind. You see things differently. You understand yourself differently. Your awareness expands, but your conditioning doesn't expand with it. It forms in your body, in your nervous system, through automatic responses that you learned long before you had language for it. So even though your awareness has moved forward, your body can still be responding to the same experiences from the past as if they're happening now. This is what we touched upon in the previous video when we talked about why growth gets harder after an awakening. Awareness expands first. The body takes longer to reorganize. That gap creates inner conflict and resistance towards your goals and dreams. This is what I call the sacred in-between. One way you can recognize this phase is by how the resistance feels. It's usually subtle. You may feel clear and ready on a mental level, but hesitant in your body. You may notice a tightness where you think about fully committing to what you want, or a tendency to delay even though you care deeply about what you're trying to do. Part of you knows where you're going, and another part of you pushes the brakes. That conflict is your nervous system trying to protect you while your consciousness is trying to expand. This is often the point where people try to force movement. They try discipline, more practices, force, effort, or they get worn down and then they disengage, telling themselves they can come back to this later. Neither resolves the tension. What this phase is really inviting is a deeper form of conscious leadership, one that can guide your emotions, your nervous system, and your body to align with what your awakening is calling you towards. As that alignment begins to form, your goals and dreams stop activating the resistance that's been holding you back. So now that you've developed a deeper understanding of what's actually creating the conflict within you, notice what's shifted. You may feel less urgency to push, less need to fight the resistance or prove something to yourself. You may even notice that you're relating to this phase differently, with more understanding and curiosity instead of frustration. That shift matters because it means you've already stepped into the next phase where conscious progress becomes possible again. In the next video, we'll explore what actually allows this inner alignment to begin forming and where this journey goes next. And remember, what feels like stagnation right now is actually a threshold, one that's inviting you to a more embodied form of conscious leadership.